Hi, I'm Robin, and I reviewed the book Jesus You Weren't Supposed to Know by Thomas Emerson. Thomas Emerson does a great job of talking about the life of Jesus Christ from birth all the way through his crucifixion and his resurrection in a really interesting way. He's questioning a lot of what the church allows the general public to know about Jesus, about his life, about what happened from the time that he was 13 to then we'd never hear about his life until he's 30 again. So talking about what happened then, he talks a lot about the birth date and if that's real. There's been a lot of speculation because December 25th is a commonly used birth date for saviors of many different religions or prophets. So that is really interesting. He's talking a lot about how, Jesus's love and this message that he preaches is really the core information that we need to understand from him, and that it's not necessarily about the stuff that the church sort of puts around it. He also talks a lot about how the four Gospels aren't necessarily the only four. They've found the Gospel of Thomas, which the church, for some reason, and if you want to find out those reasons, you should read the book, for a lot of reasons, did not want to put into the Bible. And then he also briefly touches on the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which is a hot topic in the religious world, since a lot of people speculate that Jesus and Mary Magdalene had some sort of relationship, be it a marriage or something like that. And so he talks a little bit about that. There's also a section on fasting, which I thought was really interesting, and how in the Bible Jesus talks about how you fast for your relationship with God and not necessarily to show that you're fasting. You want to look as if you aren't, so that it's not a pride thing or it's not an ego thing. And so he talks you through if you would like to do a fast. There's also a really fascinating section on the star that the wise men supposedly saw and followed to find the birth of Jesus Christ. And he goes through all of this intense research and interesting stuff about the planets and what planets they think were aligned at that time, and what star they were actually following. It's just a really interesting look at the life of Jesus Christ. I think even if you're not particularly religious, this is definitely a book that you can still read. It's not preachy. Again, it's very factual, and he's questioning, but he's not doubting anything in the faith, which I think is a fine line to walk, and I think he does that really well. So if you're interested at all in religion or astrology as well, that goes with the Bible, I think it's a really interesting book to take a peek into. Thanks, I'm Robin.